Aqua is proud to announce our partnership with Oasis International to launch the world-renowned range of Oasis bubbler and bottle filler products to the Australian and New Zealand markets.
All our bubblers and bottle fillers are certified to Australian Watermark specification WMTS 105. This technical specification set by the Australian Building Codes Board includes a wide range of tests, such as compliance with AS 4020, which is the standard used to assess anything that comes into contact with drinking water.
Our website lists technical drawings and BIM files readily available for download.
The trades required to complete an installation depends on the model specified. However, at a minimum, you will need a plumber to make the inlet, water and drainage connections.
Depending on your setup, you may also need a carpenter to install noggins in your wall to support the unit. Refer to individual data sheets for technical details.
The units are supplied with a 1/2-inch BSP tap connector, a dual check PLV, and applicable hosing to make the connections to the water inlet point on the unit. Appropriate connectors are also included in the box to connect from the unit's drain point through to a 40mm drainage pipe.
Please note our bubbler and bottle fillers are not internally trapped. Ensure your installation complies with the local plumbing standards. Wall recess units sit in the wall, while surface mounted units are attached to the wall itself.
Please note some surface mounted models do still require a small wall cavity to house the remote chilling unit. Refer to the data sheet for further details. We offer a 3-year warranty on our bubbler and bottle filler range. Please contact our office for details.
We'll begin by mounting the bubbler section to the wall. Place a mark 745mm above the floor and use a level to mark a horizontal line. This line will be a guide for the mounting bracket. Find the center point for your installation and use a level to draw a vertical line. This will be the center guide for the bubbler and for the bottle filler. Your installation booklet will tell you where to place the holes for the bubbler bracket, but you can check your marks by taking the bracket off the unit and using it as a guide. When you are sure the measurements are correct, then you can punch the marks and drill the holes for the bracket. You will need to refer to the supplied drawings to mark the locations of the 3 separate holes needed. One for inlet water, one for drainage, and the last one for power. When you are sure of your marks, circle them to ensure that there will be no confusion when it comes to drilling. The marks on your wall should look like this. The electrical hole on the top and the drainage hole on the right should be drilled with a 40mm hole saw, while the water inlet hole on the lower left should be drilled with a 20mm hole saw. Next, install the bracket with the appropriate fasteners for your wall type and use a level to make sure that it is installed correctly. Your wall should now look like this. Remove the 4 screws and lift off the lower front plate. At this point, you may want to remove all of the protective plastic coatings. You can then hang the unit onto the wall bracket, ensuring that you have a complete fit. The units are supplied with a 1/2-inch BSP tap connector, a dual check PLV, and applicable hosings to make the connection with the water inlet point on the unit. You can now replace the front cover using the 4 screws taken out earlier. If you are adding the bottle filler segment, remove the top bowl cover from the unit and mark it for drilling using the template in the instructions. At this point, you can make the correct hole in the top of the bowl to accommodate the bottle filler section. It's better to start small and widen the top hole as you go to ensure the plastic seal is a good fit. Before you secure the bowl back onto the bubbler, you will need to patch the inlet water piping to the bottle filler unit. Remove the water hose from the input of the chiller and replace it with the inlet water hose. Add the supplied T-connector to the output of the chiller. The vertical connector will feed up to the bottle filler unit. Use the short hose that you initially removed and connect it from the T-connector to the bubbler switch input. Place some insulation on the hose from the vertical section of the T-connector and feed that hose up through the hole that you drilled in the bubbler bowl. The outlet on the top bowl is then connected to the last connector after the bubbler switch. Feed the power cord for the bottle filler from the power source through the top hole before securing the top of the bubbler in place with its tamper-proof screws. Remove the top of the bottle filler unit. Feed the power and water through the bottom hole and place the unit onto the bubbler in the same position that it will be in once fully installed. Use a pencil to mark the screw holes in the rear bracket of the bottle filler and take a moment to make sure that everything is still square and looking good. Remove the rear bracket from the bottle filler and put the unit aside. The pencil marks on the wall give you accurate vertical positioning while allowing for generous lateral adjustment of the bottle filler. Drill a hole in the center of each mark. Feed the power and water lines through the bottom of the bracket and fix the bracket to the wall with the appropriate fasteners for your wall type. You will need to drill 2 more holes to fix the bottom of the bracket. Plug the power cable into the transformer and the water hose into the inlet of the back of the bottle filler. The unit should then slide onto its bracket snugly. Replace both anti-tamper screws on the sides of the unit. Put the top back on and secure it with the 2 anti-tamper screws. Your unit is now ready to use. For more great water cooling and filtration products, visit us at aquacooler.com.au.